Yeah, and there were several astronomers here tonight hosting an event, but they were so busy speaking to the guests that they missed the excitement. There were, however, plenty of people who saw it and some who took pictures. These are some photos taken by a very alert guy named Bob Marino. He says he was in Santa Rosa watching a girls' varsity soccer game at Cardinal Newman High School when he saw this thing streak across the sky at a low altitude, followed by a loud boom. We spoke to several people who saw it in Oakland's Jack London Square around 7:45 tonight. We'll hear from them, followed by an astronomer here at the Chabot Space and Science Center who tells us what it really was.
I looked over, saw like a crescent-shaped object, like reddish orange in color. But as it went away, it started kind of getting larger, kind of expanding.
I can't really describe exactly what I seen, but it was something abnormal.
How long did it last?
I just seen 2 seconds.
I'm not sure if it was a meteor or not, because a meteor drops right out of the sky. This thing was going sideways across the sky. So to say it was a meteor, I don't believe that.
Basically, you saw a small car-sized piece of rock and metal from the asteroid belt crash through the layers of Earth's atmosphere, ionizing and setting the air on fire in its wake. Little pieces of it, as it broke up, probably crashed in the hills around Martinez, north of here. And you might have even heard a sonic boom as it crashed through the atmosphere at speeds of over the speed of sound.
So it was a meteor that probably crashed into the hills around Martinez. Astronomers say this is not rare. In fact, 15,000 pounds of space material crashes into the Earth every year. It's just not often that it happens over a densely populated area. They say it came into the atmosphere doing about 25,000 miles per hour, but slowed down and hit at about 300 miles per hour. So again, it was a meteor that lit up the sky tonight and even caused a sonic boom. I'm out.
Are you starstruck, and did you see it? The Bay Area dazzled by a dramatic and unexpected fireball in the sky. Good evening, and thanks for joining us on this Friday. I'm Raj Mathai.
And I'm Jessica Aguirre. The sky's brimming with action. First, an asteroid skims past Earth tonight, and now a meteor streaks across the Bay Area skies. Want to show you some dash cam uploaded video on YouTube that shows what appears to be the fireball as it crossed around 7:45. Now, the driver says he was headed southbound on 280 out of San Francisko. Turns out he wasn't the only Night Star viewer. We got calls from far as St. Helena to south as Gilroy. In fact, NBC Bay Area's own Jody Hernandez and her husband witnessed it in Fairfield, and they spoke with us via FaceTime.
So we were driving on Interstate 80 westbound in Fairfield, and all of a sudden we just saw this bright light falling from the sky. It was like a bright white streak, and it kind of ended in a ball. And I was just like, I couldn't get the words out fast enough, like, look, Victor. And of course he saw it, and one of our sons saw it, and it was just spectacular. I had been covering a story on meteors and asteroids all day, and then I couldn't believe that I was actually seeing one just a few hours later.
Chances of that? Well, people posted quickly to our Facebook and Twitter feeds. One viewer in San Jose tonight saying it was bright green when it first appeared, then it went to a bright yellow. It was awesome. Another viewer, also in San Jose, said it looked just like the one I saw back in October, except it was a little smaller. It was greenish in color. Everyone in the parking lot stopped and looked at it.
What a show it's been. A destructive meteorite hits Russia, and then this giant asteroid. NBC Bay Area Stephanie Trong joins us at Chabot Observatory with more on what scientists are saying about all this cosmic activity.
But we begin with NBC Bay Area's chief meteorologist, Jeff Ranieri, who joins us with a closer look at the size of tonight's event. That was picked up on radar.
Yeah, let's just say it has to be extremely large in order for the Doppler radar to pick up anything like this. So what I did is I fine-tuned the radar. I took it down to what is known as a DBZ level of 5.3. That's telling the radar scan to pick up everything it can find in the lower atmosphere. And from the time of those reports, from 7 to 8:10 tonight, you can see this wave of green moving up from the peninsula also into the North Bay. That's a sign of some of that unusual activity in the atmosphere. This is not fog. It is not rain. But again, it's part of that meteor that streaked across the sky and or part of its contrail. So just another neat way to look at what happened as we are also continuing to get those pictures in. As far as the meteor trajectory goes, we started getting reports in St. Helena and Santa Rosa. Then it started to trickle in across Walnut Creek and also San Francisco. And then finally, a lot of you saw it across the South Bay in San Jose, Morgan Hill, and also on Santa Cruz. Some of my estimates that I've calculated show the Bay Area travel distance was somewhere near 140 miles of this same very object. So by all indications, it's leading us to believe it's some sort of meteor fireball. Whether it's related to the other coincidences happening across the world in the past 24 hours, we're just going to have to wait and see. But this is definitely something that caught a lot of our viewers tonight. And, well, they're, so to speak, somewhat starstruck.